Imagine a number that appears over and over again in different spiritual traditions around the world. Not just a random number, but one that holds deep meaning and significance. That number is 108. It's found in ancient texts, in rituals, and even in the stars. But why? Is it just a coincidence, or could there be a hidden power behind it? In this video, we're going to dive deep into the mystery of 108 and discover why it's so important, especially in Buddhism. You might be surprised at what we uncover. A number with universal appeal. 108 is not just any number. It's a number that has captured the attention and reverence of many cultures and religions throughout history. From ancient India to the temples of Japan, 108 is seen as a sacred and powerful number. What is it about 108 that makes it so special? Why does it keep showing up in places where people seek spiritual meaning? To understand this, we need to take a closer look at how 108 is used and what it symbolizes in Buddhism and other traditions. The sacred geometry of 108. When we think of numbers, we usually think of them as tools for counting or measuring, but in sacred geometry, numbers take on a much deeper meaning. They aren't just symbols, they represent the very structure of the universe. Among these sacred numbers, 108 holds a special place. It's said to embody the wholeness of existence, linking the small and the large, the individual and the universe. But what does this really mean? Let's break it down. Sacred geometry is the idea that certain shapes and numbers reflect the fundamental patterns of creation. Think of it as the blueprint of the universe. The number 108 is seen as one of the foundational numbers. It's believed to connect the microcosm, the tiny, detailed aspects of life, with the macrocosm, the vast, expansive universe. In other words, 108 represents the idea that everything in existence is interconnected, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. This connection isn't just a theoretical idea, it's something that many people feel on a deep, intuitive level. That's why malas are used with exactly 108 beads. 108 in Buddhist tradition. In Buddhism, the number 108 is not just a concept, it's woven into the very fabric of spiritual practice. But why has this number become so central to Buddhist rituals and beliefs? To understand this, we need to explore the various ways in which 108 manifests in Buddhist tradition. One of the most recognizable uses of 108 in Buddhism is in the mala, or prayer beads. A typical Buddhist mala consists of 108 beads, and these are used during meditation and prayer. Each bead represents a single chant or mantra, and moving through all 108 beads symbolizes a spiritual journey. But why 108? It's said that chanting a mantra 108 times helps bring the practitioner closer to enlightenment, aligning their mind with the universe. But the significance of 108 doesn't stop there. In Buddhist cosmology, it's believed that there are 108 earthly desires or temptations that bind us to the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. These desires are the obstacles on the path to nirvana, and by overcoming them, one can break free from the cycle of suffering. This is why 108 is considered a number of purification. It's a reminder of the work we need to do to cleanse our minds and hearts. Moreover, 108 appears in Buddhist teachings in other subtle ways. For example, it's said that there are 108 defilements, 108 virtues, and 108 different types of meditation. Each of these reflects different aspects of the human experience and the journey towards spiritual awakening. Astronomical connections, cosmic alignments. Have you ever wondered if there's a deeper connection between the cosmos and the numbers we find significant? The number 108 isn't just important in spiritual tradition, it also appears in the consistence of our universe. When we look at the distances between celestial bodies, the number 108 comes up in ways that are hard to ignore. But is this just a coincidence, or could there be a hidden message in these cosmic alignments? If I start with the Earth and the Sun, the average distance from the Earth to the Sun is about 108 times the diameter of the Sun. This means that if you lined up 108 suns end to end, they would stretch from our planet to the Sun. Similarly, the distance between the Earth and the Moon is roughly 108 times the diameter of the Moon. These relationships are striking, and they make us wonder if there's a cosmic significance to the number 108. But the connections don't stop there. The diameter of the Sun is about 108 times the diameter of the Earth. When you think about it, these multiples of 108 show up in some of the most fundamental measurements of our solar system. It's almost as if the universe is using the number 108 as a kind of code, a way to maintain balance and harmony in the cosmos. The mathematical marvel of 108. Numbers have a way of revealing patterns and secrets that aren't immediately obvious. The number 108 is a perfect example of this. On the surface, it might just seem like another three-digit number, but when you dig deeper, you discover its fascinating mathematical properties. Let's explore what makes 108 so special in the world of mathematics, and why this might explain its appearance in so many spiritual traditions. Did you know that 108 is a so-called Harshad number? The word Harshad comes from Sanskrit, meaning joy giver, and in mathematics, a Harshad number is one that is divisible by the sum of its digits. For 108, the sum of its digits is 1 plus 0 plus 8, which equals 9. And when you divide 108 by 9, you get exactly 12. This might seem like a small detail, but it's one of those properties that makes 108 unique and interesting to mathematicians. It's also a highly composite number, which means it has more divisors than any other number less than or equal to it. This abundance of divisors is another reason why 108 is considered special. It's a number that is rich with possibilities and connections. In many ways, it embodies the idea of unity and wholeness, themes that are very important to many spiritual practices. The symbolism of 108 in meditation. Meditation is a practice that connects the mind, body, and spirit, and within this practice, numbers often play a symbolic role. One of the most common numbers you'll encounter in meditation is 108, especially when it comes to the repetition of mantras. When you chant a mantra 108 times, you are engaging in a practice that is believed to align your energy with the rhythms of the universe. Each repetition is like a step on a spiritual journey, with 108 steps leading you closer to your inner truth and higher consciousness. The repetition isn't just about the words themselves, it's about creating a resonance within you that harmonizes with the world around you. The number 108 is also said to correspond to the human body in various ways. For instance, there are believed to be 108 energy lines or nadis that form the heart chakra. Chanting a mantra 108 times helps to clear these energy pathways, allowing the life force or prana to flow freely through your body. This process is thought to bring about physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. 108 in other spiritual traditions. While the number 108 is important in Buddhist tradition, its significance extends far beyond a single tradition. In fact, 108 holds a place of honor in several other spiritual practices, including Hinduism, Jainism, and even ancient martial arts. This widespread reverence for 108 suggests that it carries a universal meaning, one that transcends cultural boundaries and speaks to a deeper, shared understanding of the cosmos. In Hinduism, 108 is considered a sacred number with many layers of meaning. For example, in Hindu prayer rituals, known as puja, it's common to offer 108 flowers, recite 108 names of a deity, or perform 108 repetitions of a mantra. The number 108 is also deeply embedded in the spiritual texts of Hinduism. The Vedas, which are some of the oldest sacred texts in the world, describe the 108 Upanishads, which are philosophical treatises that explore the nature of the self and the universe. Jainism, another ancient Indian religion, also regards 108 as a holy number. In Jain cosmology, it's believed that there are 108 attributes of the soul that help guide a person towards spiritual liberation. This makes the number a symbolic guide on the journey to enlightenment. Even in the realm of martial arts, particularly in ancient traditions like Kung Fu and Tai Chi, the number 108 appears in the form of movements and techniques. For example, Some martial arts forms are made up of 108 steps or poses, which are thought to represent the complete cycle of physical and spiritual mastery. This connection to 108 highlights the idea that mastering the physical self is closely tied to mastering the spiritual self. So, what do all these traditions have in common? Despite their differences, they all recognize 108 as a number that embodies completeness and unity. Whether it's through prayer, meditation, or physical discipline, the number 108 serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. It's a symbol that encourages individuals to seek balance, harmony, and a deeper understanding of their place in the universe. In this way, 108 is a bridge that connects different cultures, beliefs, and practices, showing us that while our spiritual paths may differ, the underlying principles that guide us are often the same. The power of 108 in daily life. The number 108 is often seen as a sacred and mystical figure, but can it actually influence our daily lives? Beyond its spiritual and cosmic connections, 108 can be a practical tool for bringing focus, intention, and balance into the everyday moments that make up our lives. But how exactly can we harness the energy of this sacred number? One way to incorporate the power of 108 into your daily routine is by using it to set intentions. Whether it's for meditation, goal setting, or simply starting your day with purpose, the number 108 can serve as a guide. For example, you might repeat an affirmation 108 times, or spend 108 seconds focusing on a specific goal. This practice is not just about the repetition, but about channeling your energy into something meaningful. Another area where the power of 108 can be applied is decision-making. Life often presents us with difficult choices, and sometimes it's hard to know which path to take. In such moments, consider the symbolism of 108, its representation of wholeness and balance. The number 108 can also bring a sense of calm and order to your daily life. In a world that often feels chaotic, taking a few moments to connect with the energy of 108 can help ground you. The eternal mystery of 108. The number 108, whether seen as a cosmic code or a simple number, remains an eternal mystery, bridging the spiritual and the physical, the known and the unknown. Its significance is undeniable, resonating across cultures and traditions. So, what does the symbolic and powerful number 108 mean to you? Please take a moment to share it in the comments below. If this exploration of 108 sparked your curiosity, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries that shape our world. In my heart, I repeat 108 times how grateful I am that you have watched this video until the end. Your time means a lot, and thank you for your presence here on Maya Wisdom. Namaste.